Hello everyone, in this VTM we're going to be taking a look at level optimization, a very important lesson for those of you who are getting into your career of building levels for Unreal Tournament 2004. But what exactly do we mean by the term level optimization? I mean, the first time you hear that term, it sounds kind of loose, like you're not really sure what it means. I mean, are we changing the drivers for the level, or are we respacing out some power-ups? I mean, it could mean a lot of things. So we're going to be talking about what it is, a variety of ways you can do it. With me tonight is my good friend Logan Frank. How's it going, Logan?
Going good.
It's awesome. So why don't you talk to us a little bit? Tell us, what exactly do we mean when we say level optimization?
Well, with level optimization, what we're going to be covering is a set of tools you have to control exactly what is being rendered in the level depending on where your player is standing.
Okay.
Meaning, if he's behind a wall, make sure that anything that you cannot see and therefore is not necessary to be rendered, make sure that we don't render it. So if you have a mountain and then you have a castle behind the mountain, don't render the castle. If you're in a corridor and you have an arena to your left, don't render the arena unless you can see it.
Which just makes sense, too, because, I mean, you could have some massive arena, like, next door to you that's got, maybe it's filled with players, it's filled with actors, there's guns, there's explosions going on, and if you haven't optimized your level, all that stuff is going to be rendering inside the engine, whether you can see it or not. So we're going to show you some ways that you can fix that up.
So we'll be covering the various tools you use, also looking a little bit at terrain, taking a look at some examples of inside existing levels, exactly how you might go about optimizing various parts of those levels.
All right, we're going to be taking a look at some things like setting up some zoning, so the use of zone portals. We're going to talk about anti-portals. We're going to talk about, as you mentioned earlier, like optimizing terrain and maybe a little bit of zone fog. So that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. I mean, again, exciting, very important lesson for your levels, because really, if you build, no matter what kind of level you build, I mean, big, nice, pretty level, full of rich detail, loaded with static meshes, and unless you optimize this thing and get it working properly so that, occluded objects aren't rendering, you're going to, ship this out, you're going to publish it on the web, and somebody's going to come along who doesn't have the fastest computer in the world, and you're just going to drag their computer to its knees. So this is going to show you, a nice way to keep your levels nice and fast, no matter how many players you got running around in them. So let's go ahead and get started.